there, hope you're all okay. Today I'm going to do a simple watercolour abstract on some cold pressed paper. I've got some Meiliang watercolour paints here, which I use quite a lot, and the colours are really quite vibrant in this, as you can see. I'm going to use a flat brush. This is it's about ½ an inch wide, and I'm just going to get loaded up with some colour. So I'm going to use this colour here, put it onto the page, and just going to make a circle with it. I think I need more water. By twizzling the brush around like that. That's quite effective, making a circle. So you just keep the one end in the middle and the other end goes round with your brush. I'm going to do another one here. So this is a very dark blue. I think you can see that. Just making sure it's all covered. Putting another one here. And another one here. Okay, I'm going to add another colour now. So this is the difficult bit. What will go nicely with that? I think maybe a brown would look quite nice. This blue, loading up the brush again. I'm going to let them sort of mix together, just see what happens with the colours as they touch each other. Do a nice big sweeping one here. So just continuing until I'm happy with the amount of round shapes I've got on the page. So it's quite a rich orangey kind of brown, this. Looks really nice against the blue. Okay, I'm going to add a third colour. So I've got this yellow ochre. Add that to the mix. Just vary the size of your globes as you go along. Some bigger than others, some overlapping on top. And the ones that were there first, they're going to be underneath. Okay, I quite like the look of that, so I'm going to let that dry. Right, so the painting's dry now, as you can see. So what I'm going to do now, just get a gold metallic felt tip pen, and I'm just going to draw around the circles, around the shapes, just to define the edges. For anything like me, I'm a bit of a messy painter, so this tidies them all up really nicely. So just going round doesn't really matter if you miss some of the edges. You just want to tidy this up. See how that doesn't quite fill where I'm going to go, but that's okay. So it's made it not quite round, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to go round the shapes. I think that's the best way to be, is not to worry about how this is going to turn out. May turn out good, may turn out bad, but really it doesn't matter. You've enjoyed the process. And I think really with art, that's the most important thing, is the process, enjoying it and the way it makes you feel. But just continue round. Paint actually is still a little bit wet. I'll put my hand on it, I can feel it, so I'm just hoping my hand isn't going to leave marks over the page. You can leave it either like that, or you can continue round. What you'd need to do is identify which is the dominant circle, so basically which is the circle over the top, and draw around that first. So you can see that that's underneath, this one is underneath, which means that this one's on top, and so is this one. I'm just going to go around like that, they're sort of touching. Again, dominant one is the largest one. You just have to make those decisions as you go round. Doesn't really matter, you can't get it wrong. It's you to make that decision. Okay, and when you're happy with that, you might want to go around again, fill in some of those spaces if you think, well, I can still see white. You can just colour it in. These seem to hold the gold colour quite well. So just continuing around all of the shapes. You might choose to just do some of these, leave some of them blank, a more random look. Okay, looks as though that's done. So can you see the paint here? Oh, it's granulated. Gives a really nice texture. Love how that's worked out. What I'm going to do now is just do some shapes inside these negative spaces. Just to see how that looks. Again, using the pen that I did around the edges. Just playing really, just to see what would happen, what it'd look like. Not sure whether it'll look any good. But just enjoying using this pen. create some nice lines. So I'm quite happy with that. Left some nice shapes. I'm going to edge with the gold pen, pushing it onto the masking tape. Trying not to go under the masking tape like I just did there. Pushing it against, creating a border. So when you peel that tape off, it looks nice, clean and neat. Use a black pen and outline some of these shapes just to see how that looks. Need a bit of a steady hand to do this. To get it directly onto the shape you've already done. So just continue until you're happy with the amount that you've done. I don't want to do this. I just thought let's just experiment, see what it looks like. Adding some details to the petals. I've decided that they are flowers with very big centres. So adding the black just gives a little bit more depth to your gold, makes it stand out a bit. So you can really see those petals, see the shapes that they are. Just adds that bit more dimension that you can't really see otherwise. Almost looks like a shadow underneath the petals. Going around the outside of the centre. It's the inside, really, not the outside. And again into the petals. Hope you can see on the film the dimension this gives. Takes a little time to complete. So you're trying to be careful and follow the lines, so it takes a bit of concentration. I would say the pen work takes more than the actual painting itself, but it's well worth it when you can see all of the lines you've created in more depth. It just gives that shadow look to your painting. So I'm using a 0.2 nib on this. Could use something slightly thicker if you want. The finer it is, the smaller the shadow line. I just wanted a hint, just so the gold pops out against the white. I think because the gold is so close to the white in colour, can't see it as well as you can when you add the black. A line round the masking tape again. I've already done it with the gold, but just doing it with the black to get that shadow effect again, just around the edges to match in with what we've already got with the painting. Oops, it keeps slipping off. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to heat this up, heat the masking tape up, and then peel it off. Okay, so there's our little painting. You can see it all glimmer in the light. I really like the colours. Hope you like them too. If you could just leave a comment, that would be great. Let me know what you thought of this, whether you're going to try it, how it makes you feel. Okay, hope to see you soon. Bye.